Hey guys, Jacob here, and today in the video I want to share with you lessons and insights from 1 year of running a software agency. I know it's not much, but trust me, working 12 hours a day on average, 7 days a week for 1 year can teach you a lot. So if you are a wannabe entrepreneur or if you are already in business for quite some time, I'm pretty sure you can get something out of this video. Long story short, 1 year ago, me and Wojtek, my co-founder, we started an agency, a software agency called Self-Made. Recently, we actually did a huge rebrand. We changed our name to Deltologic. We got a third co-founder, Chris, who is working with us already for 3 months. And overall, you may ask what we do. So we specify in building a custom software solutions, especially in a manufacturing niche and logistics companies. We specify in automatic processes companies, building and designing custom software such as warehouse management systems, transportation management systems, and much more. In the beginning, me and Wojtek, just two of us, we both basically came with the technical background. We were developers before. In the beginning, it was very tough. It was very hard because we had to learn how to make a business from scratch. Like we had no one to teach us this, so we had to basically experience this in our own skin. But after 1 year, we are overall a team of 8, plus we got freelancers and contractors. So in total, everyone working together with us is around 15 people, which is crazy, So I can't say thanks to all of you guys, but this is only because of you. Our team is just amazing. But let's jump to our 10 points. Also in the beginning, I don't want to say that I am some kind of the expert or entrepreneur. No, I'm just on my journey to become a better version of myself from yesterday. That's basically what I do. And by the end of the day, I'm just following my dreams, which is building this awesome company. And now let's jump to the actual points of this video. So number one. So the first lesson I learned, the first insight I can give you is basically about getting the clients, because without the clients, your business will basically fail. Getting your first clients is extremely hard. It's crazy hard. And keeping them, it's even harder. Especially in our situation where we came to actually different country, because originally me and Wojtek, also Chris, we are all from Poland. However, we are doing business right now in Germany. So we started also here and we had to get our first clients here. Even though nowadays, especially during COVID, everything is basically remote and gathering clients shouldn't be that hard. I think that running a business in the same country that you are from is basically easier, because it's just easier to meet people in person. And what I experienced, especially here in Germany, is that, for example, German companies, they were looking at us a little bit different than other German companies. It was much harder to convince them to work with us. Even though we got a few clients, which is perfect, we did our great job for them and they were very happy about that. We also keep in touch and we do more deals with them. However, again, this is much harder. And now you may ask how basically we got our first clients, right? So as I said, me and Wojtek, and especially in the beginning, we had no idea how to do that. So we started asking literally everyone we know. So friends and family, and then also their friends. And then we started getting some tips. So for example, one of my friends, he gave me a tip. Okay, use your network. But yeah, my problem was that I don't have any network here, but still I used all of the resources I had. So I reached out to all of the guys I studied with and I work with different companies. And basically it really worked. So one of the ways of getting your first clients is basically by the word of the mouth. Or in other words, let's say by recommendations to the others. This is the most effective way also if you have like a very big network. But if you don't have a network, then you can just go and reach out also to the strangers. So this is what we did next. Especially I use my big following on Instagram, and I just shared a story saying that we created an agency and we're looking for clients and we are both developers and so on and so on. And basically by 1 year ago, our niche was just automation, which is actually very broad as I can look now. But then we didn't really know. So we could build everything. Also, very nice thing which we did is basically, I did it actually on the Instagram story. I said that for every recommendation or for every project which we get, by the recommendation will share 10% of the profit of that. So if that deal was 10K, we would easily give away 1K. And this actually worked. We also got the project in this way, so you'll have to always think a little bit outside the box. And then the next thing which we actually got as a tip was to go on Upwork and some other websites. So we went to Upwork. It was extremely hard to start there because basically we are competing with a lot of people from all around the world on very low rates. So for example, you can earn like $3 per hour. Of course, the best players, they can easily get like 100 an hour, but especially if you begin and if your profile has no rates, then it's super hard. And yeah, also getting those first deals there was extremely hard. I mean, we sent around 30 proposals and they all sucked. We didn't get any client at all. But then 31st proposal gave us this one client. It was around $5 per hour. I think it was something around with Amazon automation, with MWS. And this actually led me to use social media more because I recorded a YouTube video about this project, which actually went really good. It has around 7K views and it actually generated over 30 deals because we are getting like on average one email per week from this video. So it's pretty cool. So Upwork was that we earned there around 10K, and then we actually jumped off that because more and more people started getting to know about our company, and then we started getting into other projects also by the recommendation. And now, since Chris is in the company, he's responsible mostly for business, mostly for sales. We started to getting more into one-on-one meetings. So basically we call companies, or we actually use our network to be recommended somewhere, and then we schedule a meeting. We drive there. For example, 2 weeks ago we had to go by car to one of the factories, and then we are actually talking about software that can potentially save them a lot of money, and now we are about to sign the deal. So basically this approach also works. What also really works, especially in the agency world, is doing a partnerships with different agencies. So if there's a bigger agency which gets too many deals, you can somehow partner with them and they can give you those deals if they cannot afford to do them because they have not enough time, or if those deals are literally not their thing. So for example, there might be a Python agency that just got a design to do, right? And then if you are a partner with this agency, they can give you this project. So this is also very important, and I can highly recommend you to build this network around the founders in the country you are, or even worldwide. Let's jump to the second point. Especially if you are a technical founder, this is very hard truth, but I think it's quite important. So you need business people to operate your business, right? You need business people to operate your company. Especially in the beginning, where it was just me and Wojtek as a technical founders, we are very often getting very busy into coding, and then we couldn't do any operations in our company. So I really wanted to always focus on building a social media presence online, hiring more people, scaling up, and approaching more clients. However, because we got projects and it was only 2 of us, I couldn't do that. So we at some point hit the ceiling and we are just coding full time. I mean, there was more likely like 80 hours a week job because we are handling multiple clients at the same time. But yeah, we weren't really scaling. We reached our limits. So this is definitely one of the things that if I were to start from scratch, I would do in the beginning, is to think about a business side. So create a company with someone who's literally responsible just for business, just for clients relations and a social media presence, which is nowadays very important, even in the B2B sector. And you need to understand that basically running a business is around 2 main things. The first one is a product, and the second one is the distribution. In our case, our product is basically a custom software, so it's a little bit harder to specify. However, we have a niche, so we know what companies to approach and what problems they have. So we may have a solution for them, which is our product, and then the distribution, which is how do we sell it? How do we scale our selling? how to reach more clients. So those two things, those are definitely things you need to figure it out when you run your business and if you want to keep scaling and keep growing. Otherwise you'll be stuck or you'll just fail. Now, tip number 3, this is mostly for technical founders. I highly recommend you guys to use a technical stack that you are familiar with. So I don't recommend you to get the projects that you are not familiar with the technologies, because you may think that you will hire some freelancers to do that. No, if you run a business, you need to already take a high risk that something can go wrong, and also you need to rely on other people. So imagine the situation that you get a very big project. You hire a whole team, but those are technologies that you are not familiar at all. Maybe Java. For example, I'm a Python developer and I don't understand Java, right? Then there's this one great freelancer, he does his job perfectly, and then, I don't know, he basically quits, right? Then you need to jump to the project because there's a release next day, right? So you need to jump into the project by your own because no one will work, and you need to fix it by your own. Like we had a situation like this. Basically, we had a client and something went wrong, and then the next day was very important for us. The project was in Python, and then my co-founder was coding this, but he couldn't jump to the project. It was already 11 p.m. So then client called me. I jumped to the project without knowing the context, and I could fix something because I understand Python. So this is something very important, and that's how we operate. So basically, whenever we got a project, we are getting the projects that we are also familiar with the technology. So we can always jump in and fix something if needed. All right, number 4, it might sound obvious. I don't know, maybe not for all of you guys, but grind and hustle. So what I mean by that is, some people say that you can easily start a business when you are like working full time. So you basically work, and then after hours you start and you do your side hustle. So maybe for some of you out there it works, but that definitely didn't work out for me. I actually need to focus on one thing at a time. So I quit everything I did, and I was doing quite a things because I was doing online courses, I was working in a company, also I was freelancing all at the same time. So in order for me to focus on building a company, I had to quit all of those things and just focus on this one thing. And trust me, it's still not easy, because as a founder, you need to think about sales, marketing, and then actually providing the product. So those are a lot of different things, and also accounting, right? And all of the bureaucracy of building the company. So there's a lot of things that you need to take care of as a founder. There's also a lot of risk. So that's why I suggest you to save some money, quit everything, and then focus on building the actual business. So far this worked for me, so that's why I'm also recommending this to you. And regarding grinding and hustling, what I mean is, you probably won't build anything meaningful working just 8 hours a day. For us, me and my founders, we usually work around 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And definitely we won't do this for a whole life, but since we are young and we have time for that, I would rather do this right now than party all the time. So you need to definitely set your priorities while building a business. All right, guys, number 5. This is the advice I also got after quite a time running the business. If you are starting and you've never had any experience at all, then you are definitely cheap. So you should charge more. For us, that was definitely the case, especially that in the beginning, it's very hard to get hourly contracts, and the fixed price projects are very tricky, because when you estimate the fixed price projects, you need to take under consideration that you will have a lot of meetings, you'll have a lot of testing, and you will have a lot of research, not only building the actual product. So you should also charge more, and don't be afraid of that. I mean, if you are sure that you provide a great value, then check the prices of your competition, and don't worry if they are too high. Just aim for the similar or even higher. The reason why a client is choosing you shouldn't be only the price. The reason why a client picks you is because of your approach to them and the value you can provide. And also, you should charge more than in your previous job, for example, as a developer, because with running a business, you need to cover all of the expenses. You need to cover accounting, you need to cover developers, you need to cover also like your own salary. You need to really think long term. What will happen if the next month you will run out of the projects, right? So you definitely need to charge more to cover all of those things, because also by the end of the day, you are the one taking the risks and building the company. And also, because we are talking about the money right now, I highly recommend you to do is negotiate. Don't be scared of negotiation. Negotiation in the end is a kind of form of the collaboration, because you both want to work out the deal that works perfectly for both of you, not only for one side. It's a win-win scenario, so always please keep in mind that negotiation is something you should definitely learn, you should definitely do. And the next thing is, please don't say yes to every project. I know that in the beginning it might be hard because you literally want to start somehow, but if you are saying yes to every project, at some point it can really destroy your focus, destroy your company. I would say first do a business plan, focus around some certain niche, and then build products around a certain niche. This will help you long term, because let's say if you focus on building e-commerce shops and if you build 5 of them and then the next client came in, then you can charge him the same amount of money that you charge those 5 clients, but you can reuse some components which you built already there. So please don't do everything for everyone, but focus on actual niches. Right guys, number 6, hire slow and fire fast. Why is that? You've probably heard that. I actually read that multiple times on Twitter and in some books. And yeah, that's totally true. I can definitely agree on that. You can't afford mistakes, especially in a software niche. Developers are freaking expensive. So if you have a very bad developer and you are paying him for like 2 months, but he's not providing any value to your company, then you are literally burning money, and you should cut it as soon as possible. And I know that this may sound brutal, but yeah, this is your business and you need to deliver to customers because they trust in you. And if you can't deliver to your customers, then your business will fail. And then we are getting to the point 7. If you actually will burn the money or if you lose, don't overthink. You made a mistake, you shouldn't overthink about that. You should learn from it. And I can tell you already right now that whenever you are, at some point something will fail. There will be a bug in the project that you will have to jump and you have to fix it. There will be a feature with a client that he wants it, but you didn't tell the price in the beginning. So there will be definitely positions where you'll get to some kind of conversations, and then please be calm and then try to understand your customer or your employee. Don't be rude, don't try to prove anything, literally slow down with your ego and try to understand the second side. Remember that it's all about the collaboration and conversation. Then we are jumping to the point number 8, which is setting fixed salaries for you and your co-founder or you if it's just you. So I had this problem, especially in the beginning when it was just me and Wojtek. So basically we are always splitting 50-50, whatever we earned, but we didn't really have any company like a LLC. We had just our own small companies, which was like one single business. And then we had around 3 different bank accounts. We had a PayPal, and then our accounting got really nasty. We couldn't keep track on expenses and our income. And basically every month we are meeting and we are saying, okay, this month we will pay ourselves this amount. And that was really bad because by the end of the day, we were burning all of the money which was coming in, and we had paying just ourselves. So you shouldn't do that, especially if building a company. You think in long term. You should set yourself a fixed salary and then keeping the rest in the company, paying your bills, paying all of the expenses, and then having this kind of a budget that whenever something fails, you can have a money that you can cover it from the company account, but not your personal one. This is very important. And then number 9, which is the last one, and this is my also personal one, unpopular in a software agencies world, is that they are not building any social media presence. They are just focusing on getting B2B clients that no one sees that, and they are delivering the projects also that no one sees that, and that's it. I don't think that this is a really good approach. This is not the approach that we are doing at Deltologic. One of my dreams is to actually build a really great company that whenever you have students studying in a really good universities, their dream will be to have internship in our company. So therefore, we definitely need to publish our work. We definitely need to be present in social media. So that's why we are keep doing YouTube. We are on Instagram, Twitter, and other social medias. This will also help you generate more leads. This will definitely build trust among your customers, because then They will know about different customers. They will know that the software you built actually for them, that you are proud of it, that there's no scams running or anything like that. And also this will provide some kind of security for your customers, because they will know that the company is expanding, that people who are working there, they are happy, that customers are happy, that the whole ecosystem basically is working. So that's why social media presence is very important. That's why we are also doing this. Not only social media, but also going to the events, hosting your own events, creating conferences, sponsoring some companies or sponsoring some small events as well. Like all of those factors basically are building this whole ecosystem and transforming company into something bigger, which is also one of our missions. Okay guys, and that's it for this video. I hope you liked. Please smash this like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you are interested in working with us, please go to our website deltologic.com, send us an email, write us a comment, and I see you guys in the next one.